So with Ubisoft stock in the absolute gutter at like $13 a share, down I think like 80% from its 5-year price, Ubisoft decides that it's going to be the godfather of lawfare and sue anybody who's critical of the new Assassin's Creed. You know, the one where they pretended there was a black samurai and said this was historically accurate, and then backtracked and then tried to pay shills to say it was historically accurate, and then backtracked and have like delayed everything about this game and tried to cover up things, and even put out statements saying, well, you don't have to play as the black historical character. Everything they've done with this game has been backtracked to try and cover up the DEI garbage that they put in this game, and now they have turned to, I don't know, legal mafia tactics. They're threatening to sue anybody who is negatively talking about this game. That's not even a joke. Now I know the paid shills at PC Gamer and IGN are trying to say, well, it's just that they're gonna sue you for harassing their employees, which A, doesn't make sense. That would be like me suing somebody else because they harassed you, but I'm not actually involved, or I'm tangentially involved. That's not how that shit works, okay? You can't sue somebody on somebody else's behalf while that person's actually still alive, okay? So Ubisoft, get fucking wrecked and go fuck yourself. We will call out the bullshit you're doing. But yes, Ubisoft is actually trying to sue anybody who talks bad about the developers of the game, the individuals, and this is them simply trying to cover up the fact that they made a shit game and their stocks are tanking and nobody wants them, and maybe Tencent's gonna buy them out. Now that Tencent story comes from an unreliable source who has literally made up fake news. And I do mean legitimate fake news, not the colloquial CNN fake news. Has legitimately made up fake news and taken people who have pretended to be other people or just made up stories themselves and said they were developers. And those are the people that are pushing that Tencent story. But it's kind of believable. It really is. But instead of Ubisoft, you know, backtracking and saying, you know what, maybe we did make a mistake, their goal is to now silence anybody who is going to negatively talk about their game. And you can see here in the PC Game article where I highlighted specifically, Assassin's Creed Shadow has been the target of persistent outrage from some corners of gaming fandom. Some corners, we can just go, let's pull up a random YouTube video here. A random YouTube video from IGN from 6 days ago. Almost 5,500 dislikes, less than 4,000 likes. Bro, nobody wants this game. You know, we were actually kind of excited when we heard we were gonna be playing in Japan as samurais and ninja, and then you had to put the DEI shit into it and fuck it all up. Now nobody wants it. Everybody's sick of this. The United States just literally voted in Orange Man to end the DEI nonsense. Now don't get me wrong, I do love Trump. You know, he's a 90s Democrat, but I'm okay with those policies because it is far better than the shit we've been dealing with over the last 10 years, so I will accept it. I am on the Orange Man train, okay? Go fucking Trump. But this is it. This is what we're pushing to get rid of, and as Ubisoft is doubling down and ruining their company to the point that nobody wants anything to do with it. And their response is to go to lawfare to try and silence people from talking about the bullshit they're doing with this game. But of course, IGN tries to play it up as it's, you know, a racist, bigot thing. No, it's just we want good games instead of this DEI nonsense. But here they go to talk about it. We're advised not to post on social media that we work at Ubisoft to avoid harassment. One employee told French site, fuck the French, told the French site, BFMTV, Google translated via Google Translate, okay. At Ubisoft, which are employee-elected groups required for French companies with 11 or more employees represented and advocate for employees within the company. Okay, I don't care. I don't care about the French. Your game's gonna tank. The French aren't going to make this game profitable. Sorry, they're just not. It's always been the US that makes games profitable. Ubisoft has also reportedly has psychological and legal support in place for employees who are targeted because of their association with the game, and activity on social media platforms will be monitored by a dedicated team backed by lawyers ready to file complaints where necessary. So if you at all talk any trash about Ubisoft or their employees or how they're moronic DEI tards who should be fired and replaced with somebody who can actually do the job, there might be a knock on your door from lawyers. But guess what? Fuck them. Ubisoft deserves all the hate. Fuck your lawyers. Unlike what we had before, this is serious. It's extremely unfortunate to put in the mildest terms possible that this sort of thing is necessary, but increasingly it is necessary. No, it's not. You are literally just trying to protect your horrid game from gamers because you would rather try and sue people than listen to the people who would buy your product. That is the most brain dead take I've ever heard. You know, it's almost as bad as that oh fuck, what was that shitty lawyer? I think it's on Mercanti's team. And I say it's because it's not a person at this point, who is trying to sue people in multiple game companies, or I'm sorry, for multiple game companies to get them out of gaming, who is now on Alyssa Mercanti's team, but has managed to do none of that because they can't actually do it. So if Ubisoft sends me a cease and desist letter for talking about how bad Assassin's Creed Shadows is, I will wipe my ass with it. No, it's not even true. I wouldn't use it for toilet paper. I wouldn't. I would just completely ignore it. Targeted harassment campaigns and torrents of random abuse have continued to grow. In 2023, for instance, Bungie said Destiny 2 developers are being subject to ongoing harassment despite a $500,000 win against an abusive fan just because they worked at the studio. And earlier this year, Square Enix launched a new anti-harassment policy to protect its employees and partners from similar abuse. They deserve all the abuse. They deserve it all. Now, I can't advocate it for that on YouTube, but I think we understand what I say when they deserve it. I'm not going to run to their defense. They have tried to silence gamers for the last decade while slamming this transgender nonsense down our throat. I have zero sympathy for the developers whatsoever, and I would not lift a single finger to help them out in their legal case. I would let them burn. But I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way because, you know, obviously when IGN can't even get a positive ratio on YouTube and their videos disliked into oblivion, I think that speaks pretty proudly, especially for what was a once prestigious Ubisoft company that would literally print money from any game it's made, to now they have to try and sue people from talking negatively about the game or the developers to try and hide the fact that they are failing and they have ruined the company by pushing the woke political agenda. And you know what? I hope everybody makes a video talking about how terrible the new Assassin's Creed Ubisoft game is and how terrible Ubisoft is at pretending to be the Mafia. We're gonna come to your house and knock on your door if you talk bad about us. I ain't scared. Do it, bitch. Do it. I'm an arrogant son of a bitch. I hope your lawyers knock on my fucking door because I talk shit about your company. And I suspect that would actually be pretty bad if Ubisoft targeted a streamer that doesn't even have 1,000 subs to try and silence them. You know, it would almost be like I would reach out to larger streamers and be like, hey, here's my letter from Ubisoft, here's my YouTube channel, and here's me telling Ubisoft to go suck a fat, hairy horse dong, okay? Like, that would do wonders for me. Ubisoft, not so much. But I would love to hear everybody's thoughts in the comments section, guys. While you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And until the next one, guys, be easy like Sleazy.